What's going on, people? Welcome back to Arsenal Football Channel. Blessing to you, blessing to your families. Um, this is an age that we're living in that you can characterize as being absurd or ridiculous, especially when it comes on to the media. And that is what we have seen played out over the past couple of days, especially after Barcelona announced that, or Xavi announced that he'll be leaving Barcelona. Not surprising, but it still baffles me why people cannot accept that Mikel Arteta has done something very, very good for our club, and he will be, in my opinion, one of the best managers in this generation. I still hold that belief. Uh, and I say this to say that over the past couple of days, there have been rumors that came out saying that Mikel Arteta, and this is absurdity of it all, Mikel Arteta told some of his friends that he will be leaving Arsenal to join Barcelona in the summer. Now, think about that. Now, if you have watched Mikel Arteta any at all, if you've listened to this man speak, not only as an Arsenal fan, but as a neutral, if you see how this man handles himself in front of the media and just communicating overall, you would know that this is absolutely absurd. And the only person that would believe this is the set of persons, Arsenal fans included, some of them, that hate Arteta, either because he is as good as he is, or because they just love to hate, right? It still beats me why people cannot see the difference that this guy has made to the club, right? And the way he approaches the game, whether it be tactically or from some other perspective. This man is very, very good at what he does. And the fact that people are running with this rumor and saying, "Oh, Arsenal should be worried," or Mikel Arteta will be leaving Arsenal just because of some statement put out in the media that says that he told his friends that something something. If you do not have the mind of a goldfish, you would realize that this is absolutely ridiculous and absurd, and any action that Mikel Arteta take will not be on the basis of him telling his friend that he will do something, right? And it is very convenient, right, for clicks and views and stuff like this, right? Because people are going to flock to this to say, okay, he should or should not go, right? But I am saying this to say that you should absolutely ignore anything that is not coming from a source apart from Arteta himself, because we see how Arteta conducts himself. Arteta does not even want to give out his tactics about his players. He does not even tell the media with any clear sense of the imagination if uh, a player is available or not. He always keeps his card to his chest. So for you to believe that he would divulge such an important information to his friend about what he's going to do, and a friend that, mind you, will come out and tell some media publication that, hey, Mikel Arteta said that, is the most far-fetched thing that you'll probably ever hear about Mikel Arteta. He will definitely not do that. And I'm not saying that he'll not leave in the summer, even though I do not believe that will be the case. But I'm saying that if he actually does leave, it will not be on the basis of anything that the media is saying, right? And if you have been watching Arteta, you would know that this is how he carries himself, right? So I just want to touch on that quickly, and and I believe that is so, I cannot even find words, ridiculous for someone to say or believe, right? But having said that, I digress. It is the world that we live in. It is part of what the media machine is. They can take what is a lie, and they can spread this throughout the world, and make it seem like a truth, and they can take what is true, and they can um, spread this throughout the world and make it seem like a lie, right? And that is the case with this story about Mikel Arteta leaving Arsenal for Barcelona, in my opinion. But I digress. Let's talk about the Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal game. It is a game that will be at the Nottingham Forest ground, and this becomes a very, very important game. It is important because this is a must-win game for Arsenal if we want to carry on with our season and move on to achieve the mission that we set out to be, and that mission is winning the Premier League. It's an absolutely must-win game. Having said that, we have not had a lot of joy at Nottingham Forest in the past three away games, I would say, right? I think three or two, but if I remember correctly, it's three, right? They have beaten us on all three occasions away from home. And I am sure we are going there taking this into consideration. Such is the mind of Mikel Arteta that he likes to break records and some of those teams that we haven't beaten in a long time or we have had a hard time at their grounds. You see Arsenal turning up there and they're turning out good results, right? So I'm sure this will be in the back of the boys' head and we will go there. And in my opinion, I think we will leave there with a victory just because of the magnitude of the game, the importance of the game, right? And right after this game, we have a Liverpool game coming up. I do not want to jump the gun, but if we do not win this game, I think it is probably a wrap for our chances of winning the Premier League, and it will be us fighting for top four if we do not win this game, because this game leads into another game that I think we must win if we want to pull ourselves back into fighting for the title, and that is the Liverpool game that follows. And if we beat Liverpool in that game, we would be 2 points behind Liverpool, which is an absolutely manageable task in regards to pulling them back if we do win that game. Right. So the Nottingham Forest game becomes very important. One thing to note is that Nottingham Forest have a new coach in Nuno Espirito Santo, and he's a very good coach. I like Nuno when he was at Wolves, right? He's back at Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have some players at the AFCON, right? I don't think that will affect them much. They do have good players. If you remember one, Chris Wood, and Arsenal fans should know this player well because you see Chris Wood and memories of Burnley turns up in your mind, right? That low block Burnley, Sean Dyche, with all the tall players and their set pieces would often cause us a lot of problems, right? And they have also some good wingers in their squad that can cause us problem, right? Hopefully that is not the case, and we will turn up with the mindset like we did at Crystal Palace and absolutely blow them away. Even if we do not blow them away and we leave there with a 1-0 victory, that would be good enough for me. The only thing that I want to see from that match is a win. At all costs, we need to win that match. Right, and I think the boys will do it. On our side, in regards to injuries, we hear in the media again, and I highlight media because it is not always good to run with what the media have to say about Thomas Partey being ready to come back. And if this does not come from our coach himself, even though he does not divulge this information very often, I think we should think that Thomas Partey is not yet ready, and we should not be counting on him to play any part until we hear from the coach himself that Thomas Partey is actually ready. And we know that Thomas Partey has had a lot of injury problems, and I absolutely love Thomas Partey. He's one of my favorite technical players, along with Leandro Trossard. And if we get him back, if in caps there, it would be absolutely amazing. And I know he will have a big impact on the rest of the season, hopefully. All being well, he does not get injured again, right? But we'll have to wait and see on Thomas Partey. Declan Rice and Gabriel Magalhaes on our side, we know that they came off with a bit of a niggle from the Crystal Palace game. These do not look like major issues. I don't think they are, but I say that reservedly. I do not know for sure. But I am thinking that I will see them in the Nottingham Forest game. If we don't, we have good replacements for Gabriel Magalhaes. I think Kiwior is a very capable defender. We haven't gotten to see him that much because Gabriel has been that good. He's not very good at the left back, I must say. But in that left centre back position, I think Kiwior is a solid option, right? In midfield, if Declan Rice is not available, I I think we have a good option in Jorginho, but if Jorginho plays, I'd actually like to see him partner Declan Rice and not so much by himself. I've been calling for Jorginho because I think he's a creative spark in that midfield. I think he's more creative than Declan Rice, in my opinion. And if he has another athletic midfielder beside him, he will do very good things for us. So that being said, it is a game that we need to win. I think we will win it. My prediction for the game is a 2-0 to Arsenal. I think we will win that game 2-0. But let's see how it plays out. In regards to transfers, we haven't gotten in any transfers. I'm not surprised by that. There is still 2 more days to go in the transfer window. If we get in a player, I would not be surprised either, because there might be someone that comes up that Mikel Arteta and Edu sees that can help the team. But if we do not sign anyone at all, I would not be surprised about that, right? Because of how we have been moving in the transfer window in recent times, right? So, having said that, let's hope that we turn out victorious against Nottingham Forest, right? And we will go into that Liverpool game on a high, right? So, with that being said, blessing to you, blessing to your families. Stay safe, and until next time, walk good.